Blitz is back, and so is your front row seat for all the action.
From the sidelines
To the end zone.
It's the best high school football coverage in the Blue Ridge. This is Friday Night Blitz on WFXR.
Time to get it on.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm Jermaine Farrell. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and a wonderful and blessed day. Friday Night Blitz is on the air. We're going to crown 5 regional champions in our area, including 2 tonight. Let's get the party started with the game of the week.
Now, the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, sponsored by Don Hudson Insurance.
Our Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week features a Region 2C title game rematch. The Glenver Highlanders hosting the Appomattox Raiders. Now, the Raiders have ended the Highlanders season the last 5 years, including last year's regional final at Highlander Stadium, 27-21. Now, Appomattox, they got off to a 1-3 start this year, but they've won 8 in a row, while Glenver, they started 0-2. They've won 9 of their last 10 and 5 in a row. Let's go out to Highlander Stadium. This game did not lack for intensity or big-time plays. Case in point, Appomattox tied at 3 in the second quarter, the ball on their own 1, and Jonathan Penix taking it down the sideline. He's got 99 yards and a problem, but a touchdown isn't one. He gets it into the house. Raiders take a 10-3 lead. On the ensuing kickoff, talk about big plays. One good turn deserves another. Glenver's Jackson Swanson takes it through the middle, and he is gone. He's going to take it to the house himself. He's going to even his game up at 10. Later, Glenver is going to have the ball around the 20, and Shane Gibson takes it to the zone, takes it to that pay window. Highlanders up 17-10. The Raiders, they have the ball in the red zone. Former Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week, Gray Peterson hooking it with DeMonte Fleshman. Takes it to the house for the touchdown. We're tied at 17, and the Raiders, they get the win over the Highlanders tonight. Second straight regional final win, 38-34. Ryan Moy spoke with Raiders head coach Doug Smith after the game.
It's definitely a blessing. You don't win games like this against great quality teams unless you got kids that have a lot of heart, a lot of determination. And so all the credit is going to these kids and the way they've prepared and the way they come out here and fought. We're definitely not perfect. We're far from being that, but kids do not give up, and that's what the blessing is.
So right there, Appomattox will face the Graham Ridgeview winner. That game will take place next week. They'll be down at one of those 2 teams. Well, Salem and EC Glass, they'll meet for the Region 40 Championship at City Stadium in Lynchburg. Kickoff set for 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And WFXR's David de Guzman has a preview of this battle between the 1 and 3 seeds in the bracket.
You know, it sounds like a cliche, but it's hard work, togetherness, trust.
That's how Don Holter describes what it took for Salem to make it to Thanksgiving week. The Spartans head coach noticing how his team has gotten better game after game, improving in focus and discipline.
You know, football is the greatest game there is because all of us rely on one another. And there has to be a trust there between all of us, not only to do our job, but for them to do their job and each one around us. And, you know, that's what makes it great.
Both of Salem's regular season losses were on the road to Martinsburg, West Virginia and Patrick Henry. While the Spartans have learned plenty from those defeats, Holter knows the challenge ahead in playing EC Glass on their home turf.
They do the same things. Coach Woody and his staff do an outstanding job. They have good size and athleticism, and they get coached hard.
The Hilltoppers have strung together 8 straight wins since their only loss of the year to Heritage, most recently defeating Amherst County 42-14 in the region semifinals.
We are much more balanced on offense. We're playing really, really good defensive football right now. And so I think that whole kind of combined team effort has been great for us.
Glass head coach Jeff Woody also pointing to his team's chemistry as a primary reason for success.
Can't point fingers. We can't become individual. We always have to rely upon each other because we work hard. We bust our chops. I mean, we run together. We work together. We lift together. We go to school together. So it's the chemistry. It's the we thing.
But the Hilltoppers know their opponent is a perennial powerhouse hungry for a state championship.
We understand that Salem is Salem. They have earned the right to be however arrogant that they want to be. You know, they deserve to be very confident going into this matchup just because they've had so much success. And we have to find a way to try to put an end to that. We know how tough that it will be.
Saturday marking the first meeting between the two schools since Salem's win in the region final back in 2019. For both head coaches, the path to victory is simple.
And we got to make sure that we don't make mistakes. We've got to play a perfect game.
Who makes the most mistakes, who makes the most plays, and who can win the line of scrimmage, bottom line.
For Friday Night Blitz, David de Guzman, WFXR Sports.
Thanks so much, David. Meanwhile, we have the Region 1C Finals. George Wythe hosting Grayson County tomorrow at 1. We'll have full interviews with both teams. That'll be coming up in a little bit on WFXRTV.com. Coming up next on Friday Night Blitz, first on the scene with the highlights. We are going to have it, the Region 3D title game between Christiansburg and Lower Botetourt, as we preview tomorrow's Region 3C final between Heritage and Liberty Christian. Stick and stay, please.
This is the Home Team Fan Cam, sponsored by Hometown Automotive Service. And now, back to the Blitz. Friday Night Blitz on WFXR.
Time to get it on.
And welcome back to Friday Night Blitz right here on WFXR. We move to the Region 3D Finals. Lower Botetourt Cavaliers hosting the Christiansburg Blue Demons. Last year, LB won 28-27 in Christiansburg in the regional semifinals. LB, they're on an 11-game winning streak. Their only loss was to EC Glass in the opener. Christiansburg has won their last 4 and 6 of 7. Let's go to Cavaliers Stadium in Daleville. First quarter action, and the Blue Demons were ready to play tonight. Curtis Altizer, look at the move. You think he stopped? He squirts 3 down the sideline. The Blue Demon fans are cheering. 3 LB players trying to catch him, and they will not. He gets it into the zone. 7-0 Christiansburg, second quarter. Christiansburg knocking on the door. Tanner Evans, quarterback keeper. The Blue Demons up 14-0. Cavaliers defense trying to make something happen, but Evans goes deep to JT. J-Ron Thompson in the clear, catches it. That would lead to an Evans touchdown later. The Blue Demons roll over the Cavaliers to win the regional title 34-7. David de Guzman caught up with Christiansburg head coach Alex Wilkins after the win.
Coach, how does redemption feel?
Literally, honestly, just love, man. I love our kids. So proud of them. This was for our seniors last year. This is 372 days in the working. Our kids worked their tails off, and they wanted this. Just so proud of our kids.
Now, Christiansburg gets the Region 3C crown winner, and as WFXR Sports' Ryan Moy explains, both Liberty Christian and Heritage, they want to keep their season alive.
Just 2 months ago, Liberty Christian defeated Heritage High School 14-6 during the regular season. This Saturday, both teams will meet again in the Region 3C Finals, and this time it's personal.
With this one, it's more personal, so I feel as if the team comes with a different type of vibe, just a different intensity at practice altogether.
We know a lot of these guys, and I know a lot of them. I've been growing up playing football with them, so this is a really big game for me and them. And, you know, we're friends off the field, but when we get on the field, we fight it out.
The last time both of these teams met in the playoffs was in the spring of 2020, where the Pioneers fell to Liberty Christian 30-14. This time, Heritage is looking to change the narrative.
It's a chess game, and I think that our defense has got to be ready to be able to adjust to what they do. But at the end of the day, it's not about LCA, it's about us. It's about how we adjust to their formations, about how we adjust and how we block and tackle and those kind of things.
This will be the third time LCA has played in a regional championship game, and it's become an expectation for the team.
Being in the region championship game 3 years in a row, and I really credit a lot to that group that built the foundation, 3 years ago, and now this group that has now taken over, and they're stepping up to the challenge and just kind of finding a way to win.
Although both teams are happy to be practicing during the week of Thanksgiving, for some, this matchup will be extra special.
Personally, it's like deja vu, honestly, because you go back to 2018, they played LCA, and then they played Botetourt, and then they played Phoebus, and they got a ring. So us being in the same chair, it's almost as like we're living someone else's story, but we can rewrite it ourselves.
And, you know, some guys, they've been counting us out from the beginning of the season, and, you know, I've been telling everybody that we're just going to come out here and do what we do, and that's what we've been doing all season. And, you know, God just blessed us and, you know, watched us throughout the season, and we've just been doing what we can and just flourishing.
In Lynchburg, Ryan Moy, WFXR Sports.
It's time for the Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week, sponsored by Tater Benson of MKB Realtors.
Well, this week's athlete was simply unstoppable. Not only did he have over 90 receiving yards, he also put up 2 touchdowns in his team's 42-14 win against Amherst County in the Region 4D semifinals last Thursday. And guess what? He's your Player of the Week.
Tayon Mosby, running back, wide receiver, EC Glass High School. It was a big team effort, Doug, you know, and I'm appreciative for it. People don't understand what we went through last week preparing for that game, so for us to have that outcome, I'm really proud of my team. I read that the defense was playing a one-on-one, and the man above me, of course, I feel like I'm capable of beating him. And so, you know, I yelled at Coach Woody to change the play, and he checked the plays, luckily, and we checked it, and it was lights out. Looking at the ball in the air, I couldn't thank George for a better ball. It was perfectly placed. As soon as I caught it, I just knew it was go time. It's been a fun season all year. We got a team all full of athletes, everybody versatile, whole team can do everything. It's just been fun. We're a very smart team, and that plays a really big role. It feels good, you know, because last year we had a good season last year with a lot of star athletes, and it got shut down first round. You know, it was heartbreaking to see those seniors go, but you know, it feels good this year that our team is, you know, on the right track and we still moving. When I put this jersey on, it means a whole lot. Behind EC Glass, it's a lot. I'm very thankful to fact we rep blue and white. Very thankful.
Who got you into football?
My grandparent, he was a pastor, and he was a football coach, and he put football on me real big. I got relatives that inspired me, such as uncles that played here, you know, under Coach Woody, played under Coach Woody, and they inspired me to play. And I just went with what they told me, and I fell in love with it. I can't lie to you, I fell in love with it.
What does Coach Woody mean to you?
Coach Woody been a blessing to me, honestly. He honestly helped me. He's the only one that had any vision of me at all, and I really appreciate him for that. Honestly, I just hope this senior class can lead a better example for previous Glass players, you know, so everybody can have a nice year like we had. It's been a nice, long roller coaster, and I'm thankful I've been able to play in every single game all year. It's been fun. It's been really fun, and I appreciate my senior year going the way it's going.
And now, the Macadit Play of the Night, sponsored by McAdoo's.
Our Macadit Play tonight comes from Curtis Altizer. He's going to run hard down the sidelines. 3 Lord Bontoc players not going to catch him. He's going to score, so congratulations to Curtis Altizer getting our Macadit Play of the Night.
And now, Friday Night Blitz, Unsung Hero, sponsored by the Army National Guard. Always ready, always there.
Our unsung hero, Chris Sweet of the Toronto Argonauts, former Salem football player, winning 2 Grey Cups. And that does it for this edition of Friday Night Blitz. State semifinals coming your way next week. Catch it then.